Hi everyone, here is Bobby, and welcome back to our channel. Before we dive into today's topic, I want to highlight an insightful article by Jess Liu titled A Critical Review of GenAI Policies in Higher Education Assessment, a call to reconsider the originality of students' work. Now, let's jump into a subject that's both fascinating and incredibly relevant: the impact of AI on originality and academic integrity in higher education. So, before I start our discussion today, I want you guys to consider this first. What does it truly mean to be original in a world where AI can create content for us? And how can we ensure that the integration of AI enhances our creativity rather than stifling it? Let's discuss in today's video. In recent years, we've seen the rise of powerful generative AI tools like ChatGPT and DeepSeek. These technologies can produce essays, brainstorm ideas, and even generate art. While they open up incredible opportunities for creativity, they also present significant challenges, especially as universities scramble to adapt their policy regarding AI in student assessments. To help us unpack this complex issue, let's take a closer look at the keys, what's the problem represented to be framework. This critical approach examines how problems are constructed and represented in policy discussions. The way we frame these issues can significantly influence the solutions we propose and the stakeholders involved. By analyzing the language used in policy documents, we can uncover the underlying beliefs about originality and academic integrity. In fact, many universities currently perceive generative AI as a threat to originality, which often leads to restrictive policies that fail to address the evolving nature of academic work. In a recent study by Jess, the policies of 20 top universities regarding generative AI were analyzed. The data showed that AI is often seen as a threat to originality, which leads to some pretty restrictive policies that can stifle creativity. Now, let's dig into how universities are reacting to this. As you might have noticed, many schools are putting strict guidelines in place that either limit or completely ban the use of AI in academic work. They are wary it will undermine the originality of students' submissions. For example, some places have policies stating that any use of AI-generated content is considered academic dishonesty. This kind of environment makes it tough for students to explore new and innovative ways to tackle their work, which can really hold back their creative expression. But it doesn't really stop there. We also need to talk about what we mean by originality. The concept of originality is often defined pretty narrowly in academic settings. Traditionally, it's all about coming up with entirely new ideas or works without any outside influence. But in today's AI-driven world, that definition is starting to feel outdated. The study points out that people's views on originality are heavily influenced by stereotypes about AI, which often make it seem like just a tool for copying rather than a partner in the creative process. This limited view leads to a policy that don't recognize the value of working together with AI. For instance, when students use AI to brainstorm ideas or create outlines, they might get penalized for using a resource that could actually boost their originality instead of being encouraged to make in their unique insights. Now, let's shift gears and talk about academic honesty. The relationship between AI use and academic integrity is another big concern. The study shows that conversations about AI often get bogged down by fears of plagiarism and cheating. Many educators worry that the ease of generating content with AI tools will lead to more dishonest practices among students. This kind of negative talk around originality can create a chilling effect, making students feel like any use of AI diminishes the authenticity of their work. They might start believing that if they rely on AI, they are not really creating anything, which can lead to anxiety and a reluctance to use these powerful tools. For example, think about a student who uses AI to help outline an essay. Instead of seeing this as a helpful collaboration, they might feel guilty for not writing anything themselves, worrying that their work will be seen as less original. This mindset can really hurt their confidence and limit their ability to think outside the box. As we keep exploring this topic, it's clear that this framing has some serious effects on the educational landscape. The studies highlight several potential consequences of viewing AI as a threat to originality, especially regarding academic policies. This framing can create a restrictive environment where students feel discouraged from using AI tools that could actually help them learn and be creative. For instance, when universities impose strict limits on AI use, students might fall back on outdated research and writing methods, which really stifles innovation. Plus, the negative portrayal of AI can foster a culture of fear around academic integrity, where students worry that using AI will lead to accusations of plagiarism or dishonesty. This anxiety can stop them from trying new ideas or seeking help from AI resources, ultimately holding back their intellectual growth. As the article notes that such a restrictive approach can create a chilling effect, causing students to disengage from the creative process altogether. Instead of seeing AI as a helpful partner in their academic journey, they might view it as a risk, leading to less originality and less vibrant academic conversations. As a university student who studies AI, I believe that while AI can generate essays and ideas, originality takes on a new dimension. When I write an essay, I often use AI to brainstorm or outline my thoughts. However, what truly matters is incorporating my personal examples and unique insights into the writing. AI-generated content can sometimes feel generic and abstract, which highlights the importance of adding our own voices and perspectives. I see AI as a valuable tool, especially when inspiration is hard to find. But let's not forget, uniqueness is the magic trick that makes our own work stand out. Rather than diminishing originality, I argue that AI can enhance it by helping us articulate our thought more skillfully, clearly, and effectively. In conclusion, it's essential for us to rethink originality and academic honesty in the context of AI. We need to engage educators, policymakers, and students in discussions about the future of learning in an AI-enhanced world. Universities should redefine originality to incorporate AI as a collaborative tool rather than viewing it as a threat. Let's foster an inclusive dialogue about AI use and academic integrity. As we look to the future, I encourage you to reflect on your own perspectives regarding AI in education and the concept of originality. How do you see AI influencing your academic journey? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumb up, subscribe for more content, and let's keep the conversation going. See you next time. Bye bye.